Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm really excited to be here, and I'd like to begin the way we always begin by creating the possibility of being able to say yes to life, to embrace whatever comes up, and to generate the hope and make wise choices. So, one of the things I wanted to share with you is this idea of how having a charter has had a profound impact on my life. And so when I say charter, I mean principles to live by, guiding ideas. And so for me, the charter, or what I can be counted on for, is to be loving with a warrior spirit, with a serving and compassionate heart, pursuing excellence and wisdom with grace and ease. And so if you encounter me or you deal with me, that's what I'm promising. That's my way of being. That's going to happen. And I've done this, I don't know if it was 10 or 15 years ago. I created this because I was in a seminar that was talking about how to live life more fully and creatively. And I embraced these principles and I live by them. And the amazing thing about principles is that they're universal, timeless, and self-evident, which means I can assess and I can make adjustments to keep me in alignment with who I say I want to be and where I say I'm going. And so I think it's important because I've been doing this for all these years. And what's helpful is whether times are really challenging like they are now, or just okay or normal, it doesn't matter. It's the same drill. It's the same idea of being able to understand that character, which is my way of being, and integrity, a workability. It's not about morality. It's about this is how things work. This is how we have access to power. And there's a difference between power and force. When we have force, we do something, but we have to keep generating it. When you use power, it flows. You don't have to do anything. You just have to stay in alignment. And so the idea is, how do we develop the courage to not violate our principles, or which are my values and principles, and to do that and understand that I can compromise, but I cannot violate those values. Because once I violate those values, I'm out of alignment, and now I have to deal with force, not power. And so the question I have for you is, what's your charter? Or if you had a charter, what would it look like? And would it be based on a principle centered life? Would it be based on this idea that Rick Warren talked about? A purpose driven life is the name of his book. And this idea of being on purpose, being on time. And in these times when we're challenged and we don't know what we're going to do, this charter helps me stay in alignment with how things are and to not to violate my principles, and to realize that my job is to be loving with a warrior spirit, which that means it's not just loving without the ability to fight, ability to assert myself, my ability to mean what I say without being mean when I say it, and at the same time serving with a compassionate heart. And I'm always pursuing excellence and wisdom with grace and ease. And sometimes that just means how can we do it in a way where we're living together and we're living in love and we're holding each other accountable to doing the things. Because in this country, we talk about the Constitution and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that just means people want to be able to live. So can we live and let live? But can we also create the space for people to be who they are and to find their voice? Because I come from the premise that we all have a masterpiece. We all have this greatness within, and our job is to access it and share it with others. And so for me, my charter helps me to do that.